welcome to College Cooking Safety. Eating while on a college budget can be a struggle for many. Fortunately, there are some cheap foods available that are easy to buy with a skinny wallet. Rice, for example, is a simple food used in many cultural diets. It's easy to cook and easy to add to other main meals, but can also be enjoyed by itself. However, rice can go from a great simple meal to a great pain in the stomach if not cooked properly or stored properly. Dangerous bacteria can grow and prosper in even starch-rich environments, like rice, when given the chance. Bacillus cereus, aka B. cereus, one of these dangerous microbes, is a gram-positive bacteria that can survive stressful conditions thanks to its ability to form hardy spores. All of this is bad news, but crises can be averted if you follow these simple points. And with that being said, today we're going to show you the do's and don'ts of safely cooking and storing rice. Chef Kayla here is in the mood to cook some rice. She starts off by boiling some water. When the water is nice and hot, she then adds the rice. Kayla makes sure that the water remains boiling as the rice cooks. Now the rice is hot and ready. Kayla makes sure to stir the finished rice before she serves herself. Then, once she has her portion, Kayla places the rest of the rice into a container and places it in the fridge. The rice has been safely cooked and safely stored. Kayla made sure her boiling water remained hot and that she placed her food in the refrigerator as soon as possible. Hot, freshly cooked rice is well out of the temperature danger zone of 40 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Kayla then placed the rest of her rice in her refrigerator, which keeps food at around 25 degrees Fahrenheit, which is also out of the danger zone. Now let's see another chef, Chef Shivani, also make some rice. Chef Shivani saw Kayla making some rice and now wants some for herself. She fills a pot with water and heats it until boiling, just like Kayla did. Shivani adds her rice and allows it to start cooking. But halfway through, Shivani decides that she wants some pizza rather than rice. She turns off the stove and leaves the halfway cooked rice inside of it.
Hi, I would like to order a medium pie. Half cheese, half pepperoni. That'll be all, thank you.
What Shivani has done is considered temperature abuse. She has now increased the risk of B. cereus cells spreading throughout the rice. As time passes, these cells continue to grow and spread. After about 2 hours waiting for her pizza, Shivani decides that she would rather have rice instead, like she initially intended. Rather than replacing the pot, the water, and the rice that had been sitting out, she decides to continue to use the rice that has been left over. Shivani turns on the stove to recook the old rice she has left out. Now, while this heat may kill off some of the vegetative cells, other cells, like these two here, have started to form spores within themselves due to the stressful conditions. As Shivani continues reheating the rice, the spores will begin to separate from the vegetative cells, spread about into the rice, and Shivani will have no idea that this is even happening. Shivani then finishes cooking her rice, and surprisingly, the pizza finally arrives. She then decides that she's going to have pizza instead of rice after all. She leaves the pot of rice out on top of the stove with no heat source. This is also temperature abuse, but now, not only can the spores germinate due to less stressful conditions, they can grow and spread, as well as the vegetative cells that may have survived the initial heat treatment. Shivani then decides again, despite having pizza, she wants to have the rice that she made earlier. Some time has passed, and the spores and cells in the rice from earlier have truly grown to unprecedented numbers. However, Shivani still decides that the rice is good to eat. She sits down and is prepared to enjoy her meal when Kayla realizes the mistake she is about to make.
Shivani, stop! Don't eat that rice!
What's wrong with it?
It's been left out for too
you can just warm up some of mine.
The crisis has been averted. Remember, keep your food out of the danger zone. The FDA and USDA considers the temperature danger zone for storing food to be between 40 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Bacteria that can form spores, such as B. cereus, can survive thermal treatment, but it can be inhibited from growth if kept refrigerated. Never eat food that has been sitting out at room temperature for more than a couple of hours. Always remember to be serious about cooking safety. Like I said, you don't want to wind up with that great pain in the stomach, because that can also become a great pain to your starving wallet.